Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. My name's Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. And today we're going to break down what's happening in the cryptocurrency market. Big pump for Bitcoin yesterday. What did it change? What's happening? Where are we? Are we dumping right back down? Are we holding? And then the Fed comes out and says, we don't care what Jerome Powell says. We stick to the Fed. And next thing you know, we go right back to 75 from that 89. They're playing with us right now with this Fed rate cut. They know it has so much to do with the market and everybody's onto it. And so they're playing with it. They're not giving us the sauce. Last night I wanted to long some alts and I decided to chill pill. And I'm glad I did. I FOMO'd into nothing. I closed all my trades. I made a monster Ethereum trade yesterday. Made $5,000 on the day. And it was a beautiful day. And a couple other Bitcoin trades too. Didn't even remember the Bitcoin trades, but made some Bitcoin trades too as well. Gave beautiful trades to the trading group. The Ethereum trade, boom, to the upside. Let's talk about the ETH trade that I put out beautifully right here. The entry was right there at 4,289. This thing soared. You're still in the money right now. Seeing it at 4.7, I'd still be up $5,000 right now. I sold it about 47.40. And actually, I think I would have made almost $10,000 had I let it sit to 48.75. But anyway, I gave you this trade in the trading group the night before it happened. Exactly where to enter, exactly where to put the stop loss. You can move that stop loss to break even now and still stay in the trade. I took my profits, though. I paid myself. You do what makes you happy. Looks like we're flagging out, and we can continue for further on Ethereum, which is good for altcoins. Let's take a look at BTC. We'll break down the daily close. We'll have some fun, and then we'll kind of see where we stand from there. So I told you that Bitcoin was going to drop down. If you're in my trading group, I told you that Bitcoin was going to dump down to the 21-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame and to leave it alone. I said either short it or leave it alone. I said, and I'm not going to be shorting the market. So right here, I said, Bitcoin, watch the 4-hour. We're a bit too far for the 21. I said, I'm not in a long. All leverage longs are closed. I banged on ETH and never looked back. So I'm telling you, at 9:20 last night, to just shut your trades down and have some fun. And people are still fiending. And I get it because that pump gets you going and you want to find more gains. Trust me, 90% we're going down. We sold the local top and let the last minute people get wrecked. 100%. Imagine having a mentor that told you 90%, you're set. You don't need to stress. I said, this thing's dumping back to the 21-day moving average. You're going to dump to the 21. I've seen this 1,000 times. I can bet on it now with my life, man. I really can. And so here we are, going back to the 21-day moving average. Back to this high volume node. Boom, boom, boom. Giving a lot of it back. Yesterday, we were in a flag on the smaller time frames. There's a chance that flag could have played out. The second that flag starts to lose the trend line, you got to realize that you're rolling over. You see what I'm saying? So I put like 100. I'll put like 2 for 6 there after I made $5,000. Just to see if I can make it. And if it hit there, you make an extra $3,000. If not, or I think it would have been 2,200 or something. 6 was right here. But, my whole point is, if you win big, you risk a tiny amount, maybe 1/10. I risk like 5% of the win to see if I can add another maybe 20% of, so you win $5,000, then you take 300 to win another grand. So then you take 500 would be 10%. So you take like 3% to see if you can win 20% more. That's all. You take 3% of the win to see if you can gain another 1,000. That's how I do it. You do however you want. To me, it's always about the math. See, a lot of people don't realize too, my strategy is based on math. I'm dang good at math, man, and I look at the math really well. I played poker the other night. I was able to do the pot odds, understand where we're at, understand the cards, see where we're going, do all that math really in a split second, and then come to terms with where I'm going to be. That's Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em is literally reading people and the math. Actually, I could play Texas Hold'em blind. Not even see the other people's faces, and just play the cards, man. The odds are higher in your favor. You got the better cards. I don't care what the person's doing. Doesn't matter to me. I'm all in if I got it. You know what I mean? If I got Ace Jack and Ace Jack's out there, and I don't see a possible straight or a flush, man, I'm all in, baby. So anyway, let's break down BTC. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about that daily candle close and break it down. Bitcoin made what looks to me is a double bottom, right? Clearly a double bottom. Let's go over all the double bottoms that I've seen play out for Bitcoin right there. Beautiful double bottom. 1, 2, we boom to the upside right there of 94,000. All right. This is kind of a double bottom. Not really. It was a lower low, so I won't give it to you. This one was a beautiful one right there on the daily. I don't use the wicks. Remember that. But this is very similar to what we're seeing right now. They never came and liquidated this area, right? So these play out many times for Bitcoin. I just want to prove it to you. This double bottom here that I called out, and if you were on my channel, you would have seen, they never went after the liquidity. So they didn't go here. You get it? Double bottom played out. I don't think they're ever going to grab that liquidity, right? That was my 19K Bitcoin right there. So anyway, I bought a whole Bitcoin live on the channel a few times to prove to people I believe where the bottom was. Like I would sit at the bottom, I'd look at the probabilities, and I said, you know, and I'd get ready. I said, the next day I'm going to buy a whole Bitcoin in front of everyone. I said, they're all going to go, oh. I'm going to show them how much I believe in my technical analysis by putting my money where my mouth is. I said, I've never seen anyone do that. I said, I see all these analysts, but they never put their money down. They show trades, but they never say, hey, listen, I'm going all in spot right here with everything I got. You know, I've done that many times just to prove to you guys that I believe in what I teach, that I believe in what I show you, that it's not just some in and out sauce, right? It's the real deal. So anyway, double bottom for the daily gives me hope we could bounce, but you never know. I take it one step at a time. There's a few sketchy things happening that the 4-hour loss that didn't get above the 200 moving average. Bit sketchy. That's something we're going to have to take a look at. How's the chat doing? I didn't get a chance to look at the chat here. How's my chat doing? Let's go. Hit that sub. Hey, 99.9. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here. Subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 100,000 subs. We did it twice. We got to do it again. One more time, baby. Three time is a charm here on the channel. It's a huge channel. We've made thousands of dollars. We've called so many longs. We've done really well. 385 people just because it's a Saturday morning. Man, people got to wake up and start pushing themselves to the limit, right? The best show on YouTube right here. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. God bless you, man. And shout out to everyone. Did you wake up in gratitude? Did you wake up saying, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. What a beautiful life in which I have. And I'm going to do something amazing with my life today. I know today I'm going to help people feel better about themselves. I'm going to spread positivity through this internet. I'm going to challenge people to push themselves to their best possible limits. And we're going to have fun. That's what I'm going to do today for sure. I know it. I'm going to be in a good mood. I'm going to make my kids feel good, my wife feel good. I'm going to make my friends and family feel good. I'm going to make y'all feel good. I'm going to push positivity every single day here on the channel. So the daily candle opened at 112.5. The high was 117.429. The low is 111.684. And we closed at 116.934. We went to 111.684. Can you believe we could get Bitcoin at $111? Up $4,435, up 3.94%. And then you have this beautiful resistance here at $117,000, right? Bringing that good energy. Yes, sir. I'm watching you, and then I'm good every day. No days off. Shout out to Cigar Crypto Guy. I like that, man. You must have liked the Cigar channel. 100%. Yeah. At work, listening to the greatest TA on the tube. God bless you, man. Good morning, Claw. Vegas Claw in the house. You aren't being paid attention to, and now you are done having my energy. Crypto was the man, and you were just mad because he done right. Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't stress him. Just send him love. He's in a bad place, man. Anyone that would go online and think about it. Online is the first thing you can touch, right? You can turn on your computer. So anyone that goes online and decides to spread negativity, they're full of so much negativity. They need a lot of love. Who knows what happened to that person? Victims are hurt, hurt people, man. So he's a hurt person. So let's take a look here. God bless you, Cole. We hope that you survive. And maybe he's joking. Who knows? Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Major resistance at 109,005. A bounce here off of 114K, which was so crucial. And now we got to get back above the resistance at 117,000. So that's really it. This weekly candle looks like it could close like this. At least it'll have a big wick to the upside, which could give us some hope that we're still inside the bigger channel here. That's going to go parabolic to the upside, the rising wedge. Rising wedges break up parabolically. We are making a beautiful rising wedge. The shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. We came back to the neckline. Measured move is wick to wick. My measured moves are deadly in the space. I don't do them like everybody else, and they hit really nicely. 182,000, 183K for Bitcoin suggests that we could go on a parabolic run to the upside. However, like yet last week, when this candle went this far and we were down that low to 111, I mean, if that was going to close as such, you had to think we were going to 109, right? I mean, you had to start preparing for that idea. Now, did I short the market? No. How did I know to long when it all looked bearish? I got trader instincts. I used the 200 moving average of the 1 minute, and it gave me a signal. Yesterday, we crossed the 200 way stronger than we did on the 1 minute all the other times. The 5 minute went forward, and then we got the continuation move. Yeah, I got the snake away spray for them Chicos, 100%, brother. Yeah. Go time lower, yeah. If your head, fix your bread, yeah. Fix your head, fix your bread, 100%, yeah. GME started. We'll take a look at the GME. Yeah, no, it couldn't really. I mean, because you're still in the gap technically because you're not open yet. Yeah. I shorted 117.50. Good God. Yeah, hey, it was a pretty simple short. Can you look at FHE USD long did it 6.80 cents? Closed my position at 12. Made it 1400, still bumping. Do you think it can go higher? FHE. That's a great question. Send it a super chat if you want me to go over that. I'd appreciate that. So alive. I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel, should no one wanna DIEOE. So the weekly looks beautiful. If we can get that candle close, at least. Doesn't look beautiful, but it looks better than it was gonna, right? 5-day shows, it stays above 114,000. It looks like, to me, that was a fake out breakout. You're back inside the pattern. And there you are with the 3-day chart that looked good. We got the pump, but honestly, this could make a right shoulder here. We're not out the water yet, everybody. It still could get pretty messy here. For me, what do I got to see? The daily, to me, is outside of the pattern, number one. I use candle bodies when I make my patterns. And even when you make this pattern pretty strictly, you got to kind of say that it fell out. It's outside of the pattern right now, in my humble opinion. It's got to get back inside, and, it's attempting to respect this 112,750, that double bottom. I'm going to get rid of the weekly support of resistance now. Well, you got to know them. It's very important you know your weekly support of resistance. Like, you lose this level there, 112, you can see our next spot is 109,000. A lot of support at 109. We come and test it. The daily, looking like it could give it all back. I like that the moving averages are tight, though. But shoulder, head, right shoulder, you would have liked a bigger push. Some bullish div on the daily looks good, and that is a double bottom, though. And I tell you, yesterday, even right there, you could have just blindly bought this double bottom with stop losses below these wicks. It's a good chance you could make it out alive here. 12-hour, 10-hour, 8-hour. 8-hour back above the 200 moving average with some local support at 114.5, you see, because you got resistance right there. And that brings me to the 4-hour time frame, which had a nice divergence, came up. But look, resistance by the 200 moving average. I told you we would come back to the 21. I drew it out for you. I showed you exactly what was going to happen and how it was going to happen. I even kind of showed you when it was going to happen. Right? So right here, I'm convinced at 9:28 last night, the 4-hour MA rejection looks likely here. There's a good short entry, 70% of the time. Like, you could short this right there. You're in the money if you shorted that. All right? So and I teach this day in and day out. That's my strategy. You'll see the same stuff over and over again. I'm so consistent, it will blow your mind. So we're looking for this. You're looking for this to bounce off that support and pump to the upside, off the 21-day moving average. The 1-hour finally did reset. It took a while. It was up there for a while, even though we were making. That's another reason why the flag was unlikely. Even though we were making a good flag, I liked it at the 21, and I was looking for something like this. I was looking for that's why I traded the 21 coming into the flag. You see? 21 did not come into a lateral flag. We had a breakdown. We lost the 200 moving average. Bearish sign on the short term for the 1-hour time frame. So, what do I see happening? We could roll over on the bigger time frames. We could make a right shoulder on the daily. It may not be the pump everyone thinks. All right? We have to be careful here. I'm not getting complete confirmation. What I do like is 14.8 is very strong. Bounce, bounce, resistance. We did raid this double bottom. You see that? This double bottom was not rated. There's a double bottom right here on the 1 hour, right? 1, 2, we were gone. Slight higher low even, which is more bullish than a double bottom because you're slightly higher than that low. I mean, that's telling you that you got a higher low. I'm using candle bodies, not the wicks. The wicks would tell you went lower. I don't use wicks. I use candle bodies. I found that if you use the wick, you won't be able to see the probability that you're supposed to find. That's what I've learned. You'll find that out yourself if you do the deep dives that I've done. I'm not going to convince people of every single thing I've done because you're going to have to deep dive to find out. It's like if you lived in the forest for as long as me, you would know so much more about the forest. I could tell you about the forest, but why don't you come live in the forest with me and you'll start to see exactly what I see And then you'll know the things I'm teaching you are just I'm just teaching you the market. I'm not teaching you even my own sauce. My sauce is really just, I developed a secret sauce that the market told me about. Understand? The market will teach you what the market will do. If you stay in the market long enough, eventually your mindset will be all market vision. You won't know about the grocery store. You won't know about your families and friends. You'll just be in the market all day long. It's true, though. You will sacrifice regular information for market information. If you want to be really, really good, you won't really talk about people anymore. You won't get into conversations you used to get into because your mind is so full of the charts, you can't even really have those conversations anymore. It's weird when I hear people talking about other people or gossiping. I'm so out of it because I'm like, all I can talk about is like how to grow the business and how to help people trade. Like, I don't got much else mental capacity, and how to be good at my kids. There's nothing else left for me, man. Like, it's just, I simplified my brain to be extremely organized and disciplined in one thing. And I don't waste time in anything else. That's how you become successful. That's the key to success. Centered focus every single time. All right? Centered focus. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live that use any of the exchanges that we have here. We have links to the exchanges in the pinned comment. All right? Or we used to. Forgot about it today. Sean's on it, though. But you can hit the pinned comment. You can find out more or trade where I trade, right? I learned that in trading and overall that inner peace brings the moment you choose not to be let a situation control emotions, 100%. Yeah. It actually makes you better at being less emotional in every part of your life. Like something happens and you sit there and you're like, I'm assessing, I'm looking at the probabilities, and then I'm going to take the best probability. I think it would make you a good like FBI agent or something like that because you're sitting there looking at all the possible probabilities every day. So you're going to take every situation. Like if I'm in a mall and I see a dangerous situation, I'm going to be like, all right, I have a split second to make a probabilistic decision. I think I'm going to be better at making that decision than a lot of other people because that's what I do for a living. You see what I'm saying? I'm always in that state. So anyway, you want to pull a fib here too. No reason why not. You can see the 618 is lingering down there at 113.8. So for me, Bitcoin's going a little lower. Looks like it's going to test 114.9, 114.8. If it loses that, it's dropping further down into the 786, 618 area into 113.3. If it could stay above it, that's going to be a possible long right there to the upside. So there's a possible bounce coming for Bitcoin, but it doesn't look amazing. And the 4 hour is coming back to the 21-day moving average. And that's going to be where we're looking for the bounce. We're going to look for like bullish divergence on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute, on the 15 to see if we can get the move, right? Yeah, bounce is 117, 17, 7, 114, 7, 114, 8, somebody says. Yeah. We early today, Sam, grinding out that BTCC volume for the Singapore trip. Shout out to anyone that wants to go to Singapore, all right? If you keep trading BTCC volume, you get up to $1 million in volume. I got this right here. So win an all-inclusive trip to Token 2049 in Singapore and meet me and attend the exclusive BTCC parties and events, including the F1 Grand Prix. Sign up to BTCC on my affiliate link with the code LIFER333 and fill in the competition form to be eligible, along with reaching a total volume of 1 mil on the platform. So all you have to do is reach a total volume of 1 million on the platform, which really isn't that difficult, okay? 10x at 10x leverage is 100 grand right there. Bang. You do that 10 times, you hit $1 million in volume, right? Now is the best time to trade on Also weeks, best time the affiliate VIP get 50% reduction, just something to say. But and I have we got to have that, Jamie, we got to keep putting that document out there so people can fill it out. Got to be more organized. Someone in the group has to be doing that for me. I can't be the guy doing all that. I'll forget. I won't do a great job at it. We got to have someone who's like administering the Google Doc or telling people about the Google Doc or, you know what I mean? I've done it once or something. I'm going to forget. I'm not going to do a great job. I need help doing this. The markets are taking over. I'm in the markets too much. Everyone, I'm not that good at doing anything but the general stuff, like teaching people how to trade. You know, that's what I'm great at. I have one good forte. I teach people how to trade. But I just posted it to the trading group. You do have to be in the trading group. All right, but that's pretty cool, man, to go to Singapore with me and to hang out. I think that's an amazing experience to even be presented. So, and it ends August 31st. So, So Bitcoin, that's your update for Bitcoin. We're likely going lower. Bouncing off the 21, maybe, you know. Are we going to raid the double bottom on the 1 hour? I don't know. Are we going to raid the double bottom on the daily? I don't know. Right now it says we have some support and there's a chance that we bounce. So we're going to go from there. So right now I'm watching this 4-hour time frame, which I told you in the trading group was going to come back down. And right here they long, thinking that they got it. And it was a big mighty candle. And then they slapped them right back down because you've got to understand the 20, trust the 21 over everything. Trust the 200 reject. Look, we sold because the 200 got rejected. You know to sell at the 200 if you're my trading group. You know that. The 1 hour did the same thing. It got above it, but then once you lost it, you know. You know that. I bet the 1 minute has lost the 200 moving average. You know that. Because the 1 hour already did. So you know, look, boom. That started the dump. You could have traded a short today with the 1 minute lost the 200 moving average. Then the 5 minute loses the 200. The 15 minute. Now, right now, the 15 minute and the 4 hour need to hold this down. We can't lose the 200 on the 15. We can't lose the 200 on the 4 hour time frame. This is going to be a key area you're going to be watching, 14.8, and it's all about the 8s. I've said it many, many times. They love the 800s. For whatever reason, the 800s have been ever since 19.8, 21.8, I learned that area was so key. Wow, I just realized how much time has passed since I've been going over Bitcoin. It's been years now. It's insane. Real life, man, just like he said, right? So that's Bitcoin. Are there altcoins going to play here? Are they in limbo? Some altcoins are going to pump. I think some altcoins are going to continue to do damage. Let's take a look at the super chats. Let's take a look at what you people are saying, if there is any, because usually it's pretty light on the Saturday morning. Say massive thank you for everything you do and the knowledge you share. Could you please take a look at Litecoin? Much love, Samo. Hey, Samo, from one Sam to another. Thank you, Samo. Let's take a look at LTC, Litecoin. So we have a pretty good idea of what's happening to Bitcoin. We have a pretty good idea of where to get into the long when it gets to that point, and we're already kind of prepared and waiting. If it happens, I'll be able to let you know. All right? Litecoin, baby. Let's take a look at LTC. It's kind of making that like possible broadening rising wedge, right? So Litecoin got that pump out of nowhere when no one else was really paying attention, from 104 all the way up to 136. Talks about an ETF, talks about a lot of stuff for Litecoin. You know, the reason why a possible super cycle for alts is brewing is because a giant consolidation is happening on many, many coins. These coins used to consolidate on a very small scale, like they'd make a flag this big here and then pump. This is a massive flag for Litecoin. Let's be honest. Like, it's giant. And it is, you know, those are higher lows in a trend line. So that is a trend, and that's a flat top trend line that you're having resistance. So you have a lot of resistance at about 140 for Litecoin. Don't tell me what I got to do over here, this guy on this track. I like what we're seeing here. $226 for Litecoin. Bring it down, 225, 224.50. I'm bullish overall. I see this on a lot of coins. Higher lows above the 200 moving average. I like it. We could make a right shoulder a dump, though. I've seen that. You know, I'm so open-minded that anything can happen. Look, we could make a right shoulder there. You never know. So just be ready for anything. Always have a stop and believe that it might not go the way you plan. You're taking probabilities. Nobody's 100%, not even me, and I do it every single day with all my heart and soul and everything I have, and I'm not 100%. You know, so you're never going to be 100%. But hey, you make $5,000 a day, you're going to be pretty dang good, right? Yesterday was so sweet, man. And God bless everybody here on the channel. Thank you so much for being with me, kicking it with the lifer, and being amazing. Every one of you that supports me, everyone that sends positive energy, everyone that hits the like button, comments, subscribes, hits a notification bell, you're doing something for someone else because you're helping me. And every day I'm getting testimonials. People are paying for people to be in the group. Andrew, you're going to be paid for like 3 people to join the group this week. People pay. People join the group and then pay for other people to join the group. What a business I got, huh? The people that pay for the business want other people to be in the business because they get so much out of it and they realize that you're missing out if you don't get in. That's it. Litecoin looks good to me. Stop loss below the daily 200 MA, and I would see where it could go. Kind of an inverted head and shoulder. It could get tight. I'm bullish, but I really know my 200 moving average, and I trust it. I don't know if you do like I do. Litecoin looks good to me, and I can see it headed to 224. Thank you so much for that super chat. May God bless you for doing that. Let's take a look here at what's hot. and what's not. Scale. Trump coin. Funny. Avalanche coming back up to 26, up 10% in a week, up 18% in 24 hours. Big move for Avalanche. Aave as well, up 20%. Pendle. So you can see DeFi really took a big move, right? People jumping back into DeFi. Morpho's been making some waves, up 9%, 37 in 7 days. AERO drone back at 1 in 45. AERO is so strong right now. Cake is strong. I'm going to look at AERO and Cake right now, my two favorite automated market makers. And there's Bitcoin kind of falling right into the place we thought it would. I mean, it's doing exactly what it should. Make 100% sense. For my system, it was supposed to go back to the 21 on the 4 hour. If it didn't, I would think something was strange. So on a massive candle like that, you're going to get massive pullbacks. We're lucky it didn't go all the way down. This is actually bullish, the fact that it's consolidating lower down and it's not just flushing down. Seriously. When you really put it into perspective. Let's take a look at Cake. Cake, baby, Cake. I always have a sweet spot in my heart for you, Cake. And I still stay Cake. And we got into Cake at 60 cents. Cake is still up from where we bought it at. You see what I'm saying? It's still up a 4x or more. More than a 4x. Almost a 5x. At $3, right? I bought it 4 or 5 years ago, man. It's still sitting there staking on the site. It's crazy. Why not? Why not let the Cake stake, baby? I do so much of DeFi, I don't even remember. I got Kepler going. I got so much stuff going on in DeFi. It's crazy. Could we get all the way up here to $5.30? That's when I don't even show my DeFi live. I do so much in crypto, it's hard to show it all now. I just now show my trading style, but I do DeFi. I hold coins. I got a link at 100. I got 100 grand a link at $10, $11. 100 grand a chain, Solana at $100, man. Like both those coins combined up over 100, almost 200 grand. Like it's taken a while though. You know, Cake looks great to me. I see Cake consolidating and getting ready for another big move. Just looks like it's going to take some time to go sideways before you see it up at 529, but only a matter of time for Cake. AERO, the hottest coin in the game right now. And I told everybody, think about it. It's the automated market maker backed by Coinbase. How this thing doesn't absolutely destroy the game, it's got too much going for it. So from the low back there at 26, it's all the way back up to 158. That's in April. So from April to August, you did some damage. 7xing, almost 8xing there. So amazing. And look at this giant double bottom. I'm going to show you another coin that had a very similar layout. Ended up playing out very nicely. So just the TA says that's a W, and that W is going to the downside. See how focused I am on money? Money is investing. Investing is how to move money. People that work for money make good money, but people that learn how to use their money to make more money make the most money. Investors make more money, right, than anyone. So you could trade your time for money to get money, but then you got to learn how to make that money move. I saw all the richest people in the world, their money was moving for them. They were making gains while they were asleep. And I said, if I can't compete with that, I'll never be in the top 1%. And I desire to be in the top 1%. I thought about it every day. And I didn't care. I wasn't going to trample on people who do crazy things. But I said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to show people that you can get to the top. And I want to show people that it's possible. I was a middle-class kid born to a school teacher and an iron worker. And I changed my life in a way that the people that I grew up with never... I live a life the people I grew up with would never imagine. Getting flown to Dubai, it's just crazy to me. And shout out to Andy for taking a shot on me. And shout out to all the exchanges that believe in me. And shout out to everybody that works with the channel, man. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. I busted my butt day in and day out. And I got so much rewards and so much feedback from the whole world. And it tells me that the universe is waiting to love you. You just got to wait. You just got to start loving yourself. The reason why you're not getting somewhere in life is because you don't love yourself. And you're putting yourself down half the time, and then you're around people that don't love themselves. You're around that type of frequency. So how are you going to build with everyone around you who doesn't really believe in themselves? You got to believe in yourself. Then you'll attract people that believe in themselves. Then you're going to have the most serious net worth because your network is your network, and the people you network with are going to be super strong, right? So we're looking for this to get tight. AERO inside the flag, but it looks like there's going to be some consolidation. We've had a lot of action. We've had a lot of pumping. We're away for the 21. Look for AERO to go sideways before its next pump to 293. I'd be looking to get in on this here if I didn't get an AERO. It seems like September is historically a bad month. It can be. It's been green before, though. We'll take it one step, one day at a time, my man. There's no reason to go into it as bearish as that. We have a rate cut possibly coming, which could change the entire landscape. Let's look at where we are. Let's take in the data. The data is correct. September's aren't great. But let's look at where we are and go from there. Right? I spent the year pulling my two best friends up with me. Be passionate. It attracts passion. 100%. Wow, you're streaming in the AM. I was waiting for you tonight. I stream tonight, too. I stream twice on the weekends. God bless you and the lifers. Ben had a few months, lost 4 family members. But you and the lifers bring the good vibes and energy every day. Like and subscribe to the 99, the best thing. XRP, please. God bless. Shout out to you, man. Rate cut will be sell the news. Everyone says that, but you can't sell the news on rate cuts because more money actually comes into the market. See, I used to say that. I used to say it's a sell the news event. But when money comes into the market, you can't sell the news. Let me explain. You have the market. You have those sell the news events, right? And they don't bring liquidity. They're ideas. And they happen, right? But this, they're going to cut the rate, and then free money is going to flow into these markets. Free money is going to flow into the market. The market's going to have to adjust when the market flows into it. And so even some people think it's almost impossible to be able to sell the news event. And I could be wrong. But logically, it doesn't make sense. You can't dump liquidity, cheap liquidity, onto a market and have a sell the news event. It doesn't make sense. You get it? There may be a couple sell the news events like right beforehand. There may be a little bit of up and down squeamishness. But for the most part, that's real. And honestly, I learned that the hard way. I called everyone publicly and said, that's a sell the news event. And then like the money came in the market and I realized you can't really sell the news when you're putting money in the market. A lot of free money's coming into the market when they cut that rate. Remember that. So, yeah. Wow, that dude really just put an ROGs. I can't believe you put that out there. Everyone want to know what the winner does. On my worst day now, it's better than it was. Money kept is twice as good as money burned, and money won is twice as sweet as money earned. 100%, man. I just put all my pants on sale. I'm baptized. You're phony, man. How late will you be streaming tonight, Mr. Price? I stream at 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. It's right there on the thing. Everyone asks me when I stream. They say, when are you streaming? And I'm like, it's right there on the channel. Like, it's funny. Like, if you go to my banner, it tells you exactly when I stream. It's, you know, I learned, man, people don't always pay attention. You know, if something's right there in front of them, they won't notice. But if you go to my channel and you go to the banner at the top here, I guess it's harder to read on a phone, but weekdays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Weekends, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. Sometimes the show stops at like 9:30. I don't always go. Look, 777's watching right there. 777's. Oh, my God, every time I do anything, the 777 show up. Shout out to my dad, man, Jimmy. He stayed at the Sevens bar. That was his bar. He loved the 77. He put it on everything. His car, his hat. He had this, there was a company called Slip 77. It was his favorite store. I realized my dad loved the 77. And now after he passed away, it's like always with me, always surrounding me. So if you didn't know, I live stream every single day. The difference between me and every other channel is I've live streamed every single day for 1,700 and some odd days. I've never taken a day off. I've never taken a day off no matter what flight I've been on. I bring my equipment with me, no matter what hotel. No matter where I go, I hit my schedule. I never miss it. I make it so important. And you can learn from that. You really can. I know I'm talking about myself, but I want you to understand that you can learn from anybody, not even me, that is that consistent. If you want it that bad, you want that Lambo, you want that house on the beach, you want it all, find something you love, work at that craft till you know you can present it to the world, and then do it every single day. And show everyone what you got. Show everyone who you are. Show everyone what you can do. We're all waiting to see who you can become. The whole world needs amazing people, right? We all benefit from amazing people. So be amazing and let the whole world benefit from you. All right. AERO looking hot. Needs a flag, though. Let's take a look at Total 3, which is all the altcoins, and see kind of how it's kicking. You know, it looks like some sideways price action is coming for the alts, but it's strong. Looks like we could just kind of begin consolidation. This is what Litecoin looks like. Look, all the coins look like Litecoin looks just like this, right? All your big coins have this exact market structure in play right now. We just looked at Litecoin. It looks just like this. So I see tightness for maybe a week. September, in October, well, maybe for a month even. Look, it looks like we could get sideways price action for an entire month. And it says by October 3rd or 4th, we finally can break out of here. Unless this tight channel comes out and we get out on like September 11th, a week before the rate cuts, we start front running. People are going to buy before the money comes in because they, I think there's going to be front running before a sell the news event. But that's just me. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty good at being speculative. So yeah, there you have it. Wow, they love that layer 0, man. They must have paid to be on the site. I don't believe that it's the most searched coin every single time. I just don't believe that. But anyway, I don't believe it. I don't. Bio protocol, we gave it to you. Continued to rip, did damage, 138% gains to 23. And we had it here on the channel. Shout out to anyone that got into bio. Solana back at $200. Very strong. Hyperliquid usually follows with some strength there. And wow, Sapien is a new one there. 63. Lombard, write it down. Hyperbeat, a new one. They like Aerodrone, Rice AI, Bio Protocol, Aikido Games. The Somia Network keeps coming up to me. All right. Almanac keeps coming up to me. Sui Towns keeps coming up in my radar. Let's take a look at Towns. Well, that thing got pounded. I'm all set right now. Maybe it will find its bottom eventually. It could possibly pump. What happened to this debacle over here? I got to take a look at this thing. 69, not too bad. It may eventually get some movement. The insiders grabbed it. They all sold it off, and then eventually it'll find its way, right? Attempting to find that rounded bottom at 69 cents. He says he's coming out with a payment card. He said there's all this stuff coming out. And you're going to be able to use it and do that and this and that. And hey, you never know. We'll see what happens. Well, it definitely broke the veil there with the past behavior over time. Anyway, so, I don't know. It doesn't look amazing. I don't know if I'd be jumping in there. Let's look at my favorite meme of the day. DJI 6930 finally bouncing off the 7086. I'm into this coin somewhere down in here, so I'm still slightly holding the high, but bang. Could that thing do damage? I don't know. I'd be very careful trading memes. I don't ever take money to talk about a coin. I won't do it. It would ruin my reputation and my beautiful education that I teach. Everyone knows I teach education. I keep it clean for my kids and my wife. My mom would disown me if I shilled coins on you. I tell you the coins I bought. Like, I bought this coin. Maybe I was a complete idiot. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? This is a reality show of my life as a trader. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I win big, sometimes I lose. I usually don't lose too big. I try to keep the losses minimalized, but it can happen. I've been underwater. Remember that trade? I was underwater, that Bitcoin trade? I said I was going to get $500 if I got out. I did it. I got out of the trade. I made the gains. So it happens to me too. Sometimes late at night, I FOMO in when I shouldn't. It can happen. It's rare, but it happens. Happens usually when I'm like in the summertime, my friends are around and there's distractions, but you got to always be on your discipline. Always, 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 always. And there's Bitcoin dropping down to 114.8, just like we told you it would. What beautiful analysis. We told you exactly when to get in yesterday. And we told you exactly when to sell. Like, who does that? Like, it's insane. We gave you the 1 minute entry yesterday before it happened. It's crazy. And people would say, no, you didn't. But we have it all documented here on the channel. So we definitely did. We're going to go, if you join the Discord at CryptoLifer.com, we're going to work every single day for you. Don't you get it? You're $1. You're $3 a day. You pay $99 a month. $3 a day, right? 30 times 3 is 99, right? So $3 a day. And if you paid the $270 or the annual, it's less than $3 a day. So for like $2.70 a day, you could literally be hanging out with the guy that's been doing this for 20 years, that it's battled the market, pressed the buy button so many times in his life, and can see the market in a way that you wouldn't even believe. So you're going to pay for what's called life revision. I'm going to see the entry before it happens. I'm going to see the way to get out because I can understand how the market works. The 200-day moving average on the 4-hour is a key area of rejection. I must have sold it. You could sell it right there when we got into this trade. Perfect. Right? you sell it kind of right here, a little underneath, or you get into that flag. And you don't always get these pumps like right to the two, right there. That's a perfect sell at the 200. We dip back below before it rips. This was treachery right here. Funny when they had this was treachery here, where they made this flag on the 4 hour. I always remember this. Anyway, I could go through it all for days. But anyway, and there's 114.8. We told you it was going there, and it did. Congratulations to anyone that took the short last night. I did tell you it was a 90% accuracy that short would go down. All right. And change the game. Are we going lower? Do we start a massive dump all the way down? Maybe. We could come all the way back down here to 112. It could happen. You know, right now we're going to test that. We're going to test 14.8, which is really, really key. Especially on that 1 hour. See, resistance right there. This is a key test. You break this, you're going to drop to the 786 at 112.9. I don't see how you don't. Let's take a look at liquidity at BOOKMAP and see what's happening. And I would literally just lay off the trade. When I make a huge gain like that, I lay off the trades on Saturday. We've been making good money on Saturdays and Sundays, though, on and off throughout the few weeks. But again, look, you're below the 200 moving average of the 1 hour. Open up a short there with a stop on the other side of the 200. It tends to pay. I'm not saying I'm going to do it because I'm just taking a moment. I'm not going to be trading today. Okay? Last dog days of summer out here, right? Still got a month left of summer if I can't even believe that. August 23rd, we have till September 21st, baby. And there's 14.8 as we called it. Absolutely beautifully. People that hung on, people that were gone into longs here and then now they're underwater. What are you thinking? You know how many people got wrecked? This green candle went up and everybody went in. We sold it. We see everyone's emotions get so hype here. They think, oh my God, it's going to keep going up. I can't sell now. Their emotions are so strong, they can't trade the proper way. They can't be on the right side of the trade. Wow, 14,750. This thing is dumping. Dumping. And look, you lose the 200 moving average on the 1 minute, and you're gone, baby, gone. Look at that. That is a liquidation. They're about to flush it, baby. They're about to flush it. Man, I was in a trade for so long. I was, I'm in a trade. No, I'm not in a trade right now. I'm like, I always think I'm in a trade. No, you're not in a trade. They need a V-shape recover that. Like, the only way that's going to happen. So you got two ideas now. Could you possibly, like, slim shoulder this? Just rip it right back to the upside? 14.8 is very strong. But no bullets diverted on the smaller time frames. Nothing to tell me we're all set. You know what I'm saying? That's my yesterday win. I did not FOMO. I entered short almost at the top instead. Thanks to you. God bless you, man. So happy you hit that. Bitcoin hit a crucial support just this minute. Yes, it did. Pumpkin spice in stores. I know, right? Bitty, bitty, bitty. Why? You're funny. Shout out to Reliable J, Servando Estrada, Vegas Claw, Nandin Rodriguez, keeping it real since podcast. Vegas Claw, Reliable J, man. I love you, brother. Yo, Brando. Nabal Alim, Gertie, Lucers, Nikor. I hope I'm getting it right. Crypto for Gains. AKE could be huge. It's a new AI for gaming industry. We'll take a look at that. Thank you. AKE. I think I saw it yesterday too. Aikido. Yeah, I'm hearing about it a lot actually. It keeps coming on the radar. Aikido. Might be the next one. Native token Aikido Web3 platform combining AI gaming and content creation. Launches a Telegram tap to earn game. It now powers an AI-driven game engine. Interesting. It's got a BNB address, which I really like. You don't see that. I wish we could see that more. Aikido. It's been going completely sideways for a while. High risk, high reward here on MEXC. Seemed like it did finally bottom, though. Kind of make that rounded bottom, but you never know. At this point, you basically be, back in the day, I didn't look at a chart. I just looked at the coin and speculated where it could go. A lot of people do that in trading. They just buy it and say, hey, I think it looks good, and they hold. They're up or down. They're down or up. They don't really, and then they see if the rally could continue. If the rally rips, then they sell, right? I'll keep this on my radar. I'll put an alert over here. I don't know. It just looks like it's in chop. It's something you would have to believe in, do your research, and then speculate on. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. And nothing I say and do should be taken as a financial advice. So you got to figure that out for yourself. I'm a teacher, you're a student. That is our relationship here on the trades and on this channel. So looking for a possible V-shaped recovery since we don't have any divergence or anything here that's too strong. But we got, that's the deepest you get on the 1 minute. You don't really get that deep on the sell-off. That alone tells me to long it because it's so rare, right? But it's not my strategy. It's not my model. I learned this is kind of the abyss area. But it is a bounce. 14.8, which is a key area that we really need to hold. And so that's a supportive resistance flip still right there. You're basically playing supportive resistance. They got to run that thing right back up. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what's happening to BOOKMAP. It just tells you where the liquidity is. Shows you where people are hiding their stop losses or possibly where they can get it liquidated. After yesterday, a lot of liquidity left the market. People either sold the top or got absolutely obliterated. So the smart money took their money and dumb money got obliterated. So you can see they cleared the board. There's no red anywhere too close. The biggest area of liquidity is up to 117, 116.6, 117, and up to 120. So if we go anywhere, by BOOKMAP standards, it does say that we go higher. But it kind of can go either way. And there's liquidity on either side. And there's something down there at 114.7, but we tapped. So if you had to call it, it looks like we're going to go and make a bear flag, right? And continue lower. You're dumping. So the continuation, and you're below the 200 moving average. So you got to, once you're below a 200 on that time frame, on the 1 minute, then you got to believe that the flags are bear flags. When you're above the 200, the flags are bull flags. Use the 200 to understand where the momentum is going. It's basically your trend analysis indicator. It's telling you where the trend is. You can't really break the 200 moving average unless you've made multiple higher lows. So look, lower lows, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low. But you started, look, lower high right there. Then you started the downtrend, the very first lower high, and then you'll break the 200. Once you're below the 200, it's telling you that you're making lower lows. It's basically a quick way it's a cheat code to find out where the trend is. Understand? That's why I trade it. That's why when we get above it, it's telling me that we've already made the higher low. So you can either understand trend or the 200. Both of them will get you to the same place. Understanding them both together is confluence and will really help you, but that's, So we're looking for either a inverted head and shoulder pump or sideways price action. Because I don't see any bounce, it looks like we could get a pretty quick V-shaped recovery here, because then this would be the reversal pattern that we're looking for, because we don't got anything right now. So I don't know what's going to happen right now for Bitcoin. 14.8 is very strong, and there's a chance we could bounce here. Definitely a possible 4-hour long. It's an aggressive long, though. You long right now with a stop below 14.350. It's very aggressive. It could play out. You may get the pump. So that's your update for Bitcoin on the day. I hope it kind of sets you straight and gives you all the information that you can have possible for success. I'm going to jump on out of here and go hang out with my fam. This has been about an hour-long stream, which I didn't even expect it to be, but it was. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you, and I thank you. As Bitcoin kind of slops around, all coins are going to be weary trying to find their way. So just let Bitcoin kind of do its thing. Once we get the bounce and Bitcoin looks good, all coins will be ready to play. I'll look for flags and everything else for the next few hours and throughout the day and keep you guys entertained in that trading group. God bless everybody and educated. God bless everybody out here. Thank you for being here. Let me double check and make sure I didn't skip any super chats or anything people asked. Need a fresh set of eyes on Matt, USDT. Matt chain, please. Okay, let's take a look at Matt chain. And see, that's what I did. That someone would say, hey, you skipped my super chat. Let's take a look at Matt chain. Wow, that thing just, my God. So I put out Matt chain here at 50 cents on August 20th, 3 days ago. And the thing is now all the way up to, it went to 2.4. It did a 5X. It hit my target at 88. And we talked about Matt chain and we went over it. And I said, it looks good to me. And it's going to pounce to the upside. Look at Matt chain, did absolute damage. Wow. I believe we did it on the 4-hour time frame we were looking at. Yeah, look at that thing. Look at the cup and handle. Unbelievable. That's insanity. It's a little far for the 21 now. So I'd be pulling fibs or waiting for it to consolidate on the bigger time frames. Man, that's insane. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Matt on the call. And that's why you come to this channel. We get it. We find it. And the TA plays out. Look at how well that TA played out. Matt chain. And I put this out at 8:20 to the trading group right here. Matt chain at 11:50 in the morning, which means it was during the live stream. And we thought it could go 88. It went up even more. It went to 240. Unbelievable. Shout out to anyone that made gains with Matt chain. And Sean, make sure you put that out there. Matt chain. Unbelievable. Bitcoin coming back to 115, showing signs of strength. I love to see it. And shout out to Matt asking about Matt chain. Pretty funny, right? Of course, it was a Matt who wanted to know about Matt chain. I mean, respect the TA 100%. SP for County Council, Mayor Governance Prez. Hey, let's go. Hit that sub, 100K on the way. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Make it happen, Captain. Let's get us all the way to 100,000 subs and counting. The guy that streams every Saturday morning. Bang, bang, bang. Epic chain, please, Sam. Matt Schilling. I know you guys are funny. Matt Schilling, Matt. Matt on Matt. Epic chain's been hot, but it's, you know, with that Bitcoin dippage, it's starting to try to find its way again. Never chase. Looks like it may come down a little lower. Wow, it's got some craziness. I don't know, man. That's interesting. So you got the uptrend. You may have to kind of hit trend one more time there. See? Trend or support or resistance, but it does look like you're coming somewhere down. Yeah. Love you, Lifer. God bless you and your family on this beautiful weekend. God bless you, Ryan Woodward. Thank you so much, man. And that will come back to you. You know, praying for someone else and sending someone else love. That's energy. Using your brain and your mind, that's frequency. When you talk something into existence, you're sending frequency out there. Like sound frequency when you type. Look at the 777-7777. Every time, man. I'm telling you. People don't believe. Could you take a look at SBK, please, buddy? A lot of people want to know what's up with Spark after that pump. You know, it's right at that 786. It's where you would be getting in, right? If you believed in the project. And it could take a long time before it gets back to the upside. All right. What is that? What are you doing that for? What is that? Did you just... My wife just... Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you. God bless you, brother. SWE is hot right now. We're heavy in SWE. And we're looking for SWE to go to $9. Building positions in this type channel. See, SWE's doing what Litecoin did. What you're seeing Total 3 do. These giant consolidations for these bigger moves. And that's a $9.34 SWE. Then it can double up to $20 faster than you realize, and then you're in the money, right? Now that's confidence, conviction, and a little subtle swag. This dude's good. Shout out to my man Nick Phillips. God bless you. God bless you, bro. People doubted you this last week, but man, you're the GOAT with the calls. Yeah, I don't know who doubted me. I don't know who you listened to. You know what I mean? But SWE is the most dangerous coin this cycle. 100%. Thank you for the stream. Sammy, today I've achieved 800 subs on my channel. You were my inspiration to start. Crypto Yield Pro. What are you doing over here? I got to look at your channel and find out what you're doing. I like to watch people. Let's see here. This guy looks cool. I like his look. I do, man. I like it. Look like I can learn from you. Crypto Yield Pro, 800 subs. Man, I remember when I just started, man. I can't wait. I love helping people.
Back to Crypto Yield Pro, where we dive into real opportunities in the crypto space to help you make smarter moves. Today, we're zeroing in on the graph.
Sounds like AI though. Is this an AI channel, man? If I had to give you any advice, you got to add some personality to this. This is bland for me. I'm not trying to be rude, but this is bland for me. I like information, but I want to see your face, man. I want to get to know who I'm listening to. This sounds like AI. You know what I mean? Whatever. It could be great. I like what you're doing here. You got fibs drawn, but I don't know. My thing is this. All right, this is my criticism for anyone. And God bless you. I don't want to be rude. But if you want to hear, everyone's doing this. Why did my channel blow up? Because I'm actually being a person, man. I'm making jokes. I'm talking. We're laughing. We're having fun. I'm crying. My mom's dying. My dad's dying. There's a real story there, right? There's a connection to a character beyond what's going on. Too many people are just feeding people information, man. We also want to there's got to be a human connection there between the information. I think that changes the story. I probably shouldn't even say that because that's the secret to my success, man, and people don't realize it. Also, I have a real story. Like, my mom and dad died. Like, you can't pay for that stuff. I went through guts and glory, man, and people love that. I have to be honest. Don't you? Like, when someone goes through it all, like Andrew Tate's in jail. It's like he had to spend 30 days in jail. Like, you weren't in jail. So, like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, right? The pain that you go through that no one wants to touch is the pain that also people want to see, because no one wants to go through their mom dying. But they'll definitely watch you go through your mom dying because they can be like, oh my God, that man's going through my worst fear ever. You know what I mean? Wasabi and soy sauce, baby. All day long, man. You know how to do it. I like the eel sauce, though. I put a little eel sauce in there, man. I like the sweetness. You know what I mean? Bang, bang, bang. Can you please do this with XRP? We've done it with XRP. Just go look at my video last night. We went depth into XRP. Every single coin is timestamped in my videos. It's all ready to go. All right. I'm a sushi chef. That's crazy. What, putting the eel sauce? I love the eel sauce, though, man. I put eel sauce on everything. I always ask for a side of eel sauce. I don't even know what it is. What the heck is eel sauce, man? Is it eel? Or they just call it eel sauce? I don't know. I don't want to know, honestly. Because if I was eating eel butt, or like, you know, some type of eel pee. It's eel piss, man. You like eel piss on your sushi, bro? Thoughts on Ethereum? Why is it holding so strong? Wanted to get a better entry. Shout out for the Netherlands to you, Mr. Price. Shout out to you around the world, man. My dad died 20 years ago. I was 15. 23rd, I started with Bitcoin. Just spent 9 years in prison. So grateful to get out right in time for an April dip. The ones who want it or need it will go get it. Shout out to Nick Phillips. God bless you, Nick, for getting out of prison and changing your life. Everyone, shout out to Nick. And unlike the American labor system, we don't shun people that have been in jail before. We actually help you build here on this channel. You lack that fire and desire, like everyone cried this week. If you lack that fire, exactly. I'm with my mom, who's dying right now. Toughest thing I've ever done. God bless you, Chris. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know exactly how you feel. I watched my mom. She went into a coma, and I sat there holding her hand. Last night, actually, I thought about the longest I ever held my hand. My mom, maybe I held my hand when I was little. We walked somewhere, and I held my mom's hand. But then years passed. You don't hold your mother's hand. Sometimes I took her to dinner, and I held her hand for a second. But, you know, when you're 50, 40 years old, 38, you're not holding your mom's hand for hours, you know. And when she passed, I fell asleep with the chair. I moved the chair next to her, and I put my hand in her hand, and I fell asleep. When I woke up, we were still holding hands. I must have held her hand for 7 hours. She was still warm to touch. She was still my mom, but she was in a coma. I can't tell you right now how hard that was. I can't tell you. I can't describe it in words. I can't. So I know exactly what you're going through, man. I'm feeling your pain right now. See, I'm what's called I can feel other people's emotions and pain. I don't know, there's a name for it, an emo or something, but I can feel other people's pain. That's another reason why this channel does so well, because I know what you feel like when you're struggling. I know what you feel like when you're losing trades. I know how it feels to feel like you're never going to get out of the rat race and feel like there's no hope. Just like it's not going to happen, and it sucks. And then you lose another trade, and then you lose another trade, and then you say, oh, I don't even want to do this anymore. You throw your freaking mouse at the screen, then you break the screen. Now you got to buy a new screen. Now you're broke. Now you got to spend $140 on a screen. Your mouse is broken. I've been there. I broke the computer screen. I shattered the desk. I said, I'm never doing this again. I almost ripped the TV off the wall. Anger, rage, pain, depression. I did it all, my friends. I did it all. And you know what? I packed it back in. I sucked it up, and I said, you know what? Nobody cares. My dad told me, no whining. Whine all you want, but it ain't happening. I sold 47.40 yesterday. We're lower than my sell now. You know? Yeah, empathy is a true virtue. Yeah, I'm an empath. Exactly. I'm an empath. That's what the name is. I feel other people's emotions. I have to be careful when I go places. I have to be careful when I watch TV and things. It will affect me greatly. I care that much. I am an Aries. I'm an Aries. You knew my birth sign just by what I said to you. See it? I am an Aries. God bless 8. May we all be with you, and your parents are with you every second of the day, Sebi. We love and appreciate you. God bless you and your family. Thank you, Brother Kyle. I hope everything's going well with your new child, man, right? You had a new child. Your life has changed drastically. Sam, your dedication keeps me going. Never stop. I brought my dad back to life for 3 days, and he told me I have to let him go. That's crazy, man. We saw it in real time, and I felt your pain at the time as well, Sam, especially being around for years and knowing how much your parents meant to you. Definitely pushed through it like a boss. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Same feelings, also Aries. They live through you and inspiration. You see my dad right now. You see my mom's compassion right now. You learn who my parents are by learning who I am. Every day I teach you about them when I teach you about myself. God bless them, man. God bless them. And I'm not going that far. I'm over with it, but dang. You know, when you push through something like that, you'll never be the same. Forget these trades. Forget this money, up and down, liquidations. Go through something like that. And losing money will never really bother you ever again. Because you've lost things that that are so much more substantial than any material loss you could ever suffer from. They could never make you feel that way. Take it all from me. Take it all. Take the Rolex. Take it all, right? Take it all. I don't give a dang. Because I never did it for that anyway. I just wear this stuff to show people that I could get. I guess I got it. I don't know. I guess we hit milestones, right? But really, what's the point? And as I say this, we're at the 777. You don't think my dad's here right now? You don't think my dad's here right now? 777s. I feel you, Dad. I know you're with me. I know you're with me every day. I was playing cards the other day. My dad was in my head the whole time. He told me exactly what to do and what to do. He was with me. Reason why I won is because I had a spirit with me. My dad he told me exactly how to trade, how to play every card, man. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew what other people had before they had it. I said, man, this guy, he don't even have. He's got I'm out. All my folds were perfect. Every time I folded, I never got the card I should have got. Someone else won and I would have lost a hand. All my folds were spot on. Anyway, back to basics here in brass tacks. Let's take a look at AVAX. And I said I was out of here, but I just love you guys and I love streaming. And I just can't stop. I gave you AVAX. I gave you the trade right there. We even actually repositioned it, but the first entry was there at 23. I like it. It could actually start breaking out now. There's a chance this is the breakout for AVAX. It may slip back down and consolidate. It may make the bigger channel. But for me, that's a breakout. I'd be looking for it to consolidate above this trend line. I'm looking for it to stay above 25.43 and continue to the upside. My target for AVAX is 37. And it's only a matter of time as far as I'm concerned. I'm quitting my job next year to take care of my mom. God bless you, brother. Saying goodbye to my father a couple weeks ago was the hardest thing I've ever done. I'll forever think of him and miss him. I now know your pain, Sammy. Don't you do it to me, Paul. Don't you do it to me, Paul Horan. I love you, Paul. God bless you, man. I grew up with a Paul Horan. You just made me think about him. Everyone's starting to doubt Elio and Parker. That's a sign to buy. I believe in it. I don't even know who Parker is. Elio and Parker? Who's Parker? You mean Becker. I think you mean Becker, right? I think you mean. I come for life or lessons. The crypto is just a bonus. Servando, my mom needs emergency surgery. It's killing me. I'm sorry to hear that, Vegas Claw. I'm sorry. And the only thing that I got released from is watching my parents get old and all the other things that could have happened to them. They went out in a flash. I don't have to go to the old age home for years. I don't have to sit there and listen to more doctor's visits. And I don't have to walk my dad to the car and watch how he could barely move and cry my eyes out. Like, I don't know what's more painful, watching them get old and struggle or watching them die the way they did, man. Like, I will say selfishly, I'm free. I can go around the country, around the world now, and I don't have to worry about my mom in the hospital. You know, when I fly to Singapore, I'm free. When I fly to Dubai and I do my thing, if my dad was sick and I was in Dubai, like, I don't know how much I'd be worried about him the whole time. And my parents were getting older, so like, I was going to start getting more successful traveling the world, and my parents were going to be getting, and they were going to be on my mind all the time. So maybe God released me so I could be free. I don't know how it all works out, everybody. I don't. I really don't. I know it ain't much, but get some flowers for your parents today. I will. You know, they do 3 for $12 at the local Publix, and they're beautiful. I can get 3 batches for $12. Today I'll get 3 batches, man, and then I'll give $8 to somebody, and I'll make sure that I send your money into the world. All right. All right, everyone. I love you. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. And any last super chats out there, let me know. Let's take a look at Jesse Mora, Tozkick. He says, the suffering is at ease. Rest. Thank you. Time with your kids. Can't have enough. 100%. It's so hard to keep the smiles up and a positive attitude. God is the only thing holding me tight. Hey, man, if I can do it in live stream, most people go through it and they don't even have to show up in front of thousands of people. I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to say it was easier. It's easier for you, but what I want to say is use me as an example. I had to show up in front of thousands of people in some of the worst times in my life. Like days where I had just finished crying myself to sleep, and barely slept and just didn't even know where I was. And I had to put a suit in and I had to show up in live stream no matter what, because I had built something that had momentum and I couldn't let the momentum die. And I heard my parents say, don't you ever give up now. I finally had myself somewhere in life and I was going to give up because my mom and dad died. I couldn't. I didn't have a choice. Everybody. My brand was growing. I had to keep pushing the brand if I wanted the success that I believed in to keep going. So some days you don't have a choice. You have to make it happen. No one's going to be there for you. It is what it is, right? Usually men go fast, but women last and suffer for years in care homes. 100%. And let's take a look at that super chat that just came out on ZBCN. I mean, last time we looked at ZBCN, wasn't it all the way back down at that 786? Oh, no, yeah, there you go. It's getting tight. It's looking like Litecoin. It's looking like Total 3. All the coins that are looking like this are looking pretty good. And it could take time. It might take a month. It might take 3 weeks. Everyone wants money now. The problem is money now leads to wanting money now every time. And eventually you're going to do something crazy to get money now. And that's going to affect you having a habit, because your mind's formed on adrenaline and stimuli, right? And so if you want fast money every time, that's what your brain's going to be accustomed to. And then you're going to make a bad decision one day because you're going to make a decision based on adrenaline. You're going to have to do something because of how you feel. So you want slow money. I know it sounds crazy, but you don't want fast money. You never did. Because if you want slow money, will convince you and train your brain to go after a patient win. And patient wins stack over time as far as I'm concerned. Right? So you do what you want. But I'm just going to tell you and this is a life lesson that transcends into trading, right? That entry looks nice to me. We may get a little more of a dip or go sideways until maybe September 11th there. Late to the stream, but I'm here. Any chance Sam looked at link? Carbs and sugar feeds disease. Yep. Let's go, baby. God bless you, defund. Eat clean and cut out all the carbs for a little while. Don't listen to the doctors. Everything is curable. With faith and mind power, you can beat it. Shout out to Justin Wales. Thank you, Sam. Your message always hitting the right time. After a hard day, you always inspire me to keep going. Your energy and the way your channel and the way your channel and the legacy of your parents is incredible. Thank you. And that's why you can't buy that stuff, man. That's why people want a channel. They want to have something that moves, but you can't buy this stuff. You can't buy a YouTube channel like that. They all want to use, they want to use structure and form, they want to make faceless channels. I use AI voice for privacy, but info is 100% real. See, I knew it was an AI voice though, man. And you had me kind of like, I'm not trying to put you down. I love what you did. I think you're doing great. But for me, it's like, dang. Put a little bit of yourself out there. I think it would help. That's my only opinion, man. But hey, you're doing great. You could take it or leave it, right? That's constructive criticism. It's completely up to you. You could say, hey, I'm doing me. I don't care what that guy says. And you'll be on your way. Might get to 200,000 subscribers before me. Who knows? I do my way. I don't do it perfect, right? So fair call. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I like ZBCN. It looks good to me. It's getting tight. There's a lot out there that looks good. Sammy, hope you're having a great day and appreciate what you do. God bless you, Sean Carr. I am, man. If it's not the best YouTube channel, then I don't know what is. God bless you, man. Thank you. All right, I'm going to bounce out for the day. Everyone, I'm going to be searching for altcoins and opportunity for my trading group throughout the day. That's what I do. Even on Saturdays, we don't give up. 114,008 came exactly as we told you. And the prediction of the 21 and the 4 hour happened exactly as I told you in the trading group. So everything is kind of going exactly as we planned it. And we nailed a bunch of calls this week too and did absolutely amazing. So shout out to anyone that joined the group. Go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Subscribe to a monthly, a quarterly, or a yearly subscription. If you want to trade where we trade, we have links to all of the exchanges in which I use. And honestly, it's a good look because if something ever happens, you get liquidated or, I can find your user ID. I can demand that they make it right because they can't damage my reputation, and I will demand they make it right. So I know it ain't much, but get some flowers. I will, man. That's so nice of you. And I will get flowers today. Shout out to Crypto Yield Pro. God bless you for answering that. You didn't have to, but you're the man. I never had a channel to give me the motivation to keep me in my feelings, to help my mind detox, and to keep you pushing forward. Vegas Claw, I love you, man. Thank you for showing up every day. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for pushing the algorithm for me. And thank you for being amazing. Randy, Alvis, you're always awesome to me. Reliable J, you're always awesome to me. Servando Estrada, you've always been awesome to me. Keeping it real, you've always been awesome to me. I got so many people that love me, man. I'm going to keep moving every day. God bless everybody here on the channel. Thank you so much. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. for an amazing live stream. I may even have a different suit on. You never know. I love you all. Thank you so much. Stay squared up, baby. I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed. Man, I had the perfect ending, and this guy sent it a super chat. But I got to help you because he said he wants to join the stream, and he said he wants to support my business. So he said, can you look at ETC? This is the last super chat. I got to say I'm done after this one. My wife's just waiting for me. The kids want to hang. Last time I put on Ethereum Classic, I had this little flag. It went up and down. Kind of looks a lot like AVAX, how it broke out already. But then could it still be in the flag? So you got did it break out or is it still in the flag? Either one is okay. You get a nastier pullback, you just get tight and sideways. I see it like this, breaking out of that bigger falling wedge over time. And this is Ethereum Classic. All right. Tends to pump when the market gets crazy. It always tends to pump. It's like this old school coin. When ETH went to staking, right? They had ETH Classic. Or ETH, yeah, exactly. ETH was proof of work, man. They decided to change it to proof of stake. I thought it was a sketchy move. I like proof of work personally when it comes to Bitcoin. Proof of stake makes it easier to be less decentralized. 100%. I mean, people can just buy it and stake instead of having to actually set up a mining. But again, either one can get, I'm watching this 4-day chart looking nice to me. Watching the daily consolidate. It just looks like it's going to come back down a little bit, get tight in that zone, and then break out. I'd watch it very tight in here, and then it's going to go to 37. How to run them out for the day. I'll never have a good as an ending as I just had. I mean, I can't replicate that, right? But stay squared up. I'll see you tonight. God bless.